Hey guys, Kevin here, and in this video I'm going to teach you the basic rules of proper footwork. Now your footwork in sparring is going to be dependent upon what you're training for. If you're in a Taekwondo school and you're training in competitive Taekwondo, or a karate school and you're training in competitive karate tournaments, your footwork is going to be drastically different because of the sport that you're competing in. I'm talking about sparring at the end of a traditional martial arts class, which normally is like kickboxing. You normally practice all your katas, your forms, your hyungs, your basic techniques traditionally, and then at the end of class, normally you put on the gloves and the foot pads and you have sparring to finish off the class. This is the time when you want to put your techniques and your own personal fighting strategy into practice to see how it works against a live opponent, and to own your craft and to develop those skills and try and work the bugs out. Key to this is your footwork, and there's a couple of basic rules in proper sparring that you want to adhere to give you the best chance and the most success. Because when you're doing this in a traditional manner and you're not training for sport, your main goal is to train for self-defense, and on the street there are some rules that you just do not want to do, and you need to practice these during sparring. Number one is keep your feet beneath you. You want your feet, you don't want to stand in a wide stance. You're not showing off. You know, you don't want to be wide. The wider your stance, the more you limit your mobility, because to be able to move, you've got to bring your feet closer together to be able to move efficiently. The wider your stance, the less mobile you are. Number two is never be flat-footed. You do not want to stand with your feet flat on the ground and be moving like a big lug. You know, you want to be this back foot, the back heel should always be an inch or two off the ground, and your knee should be slightly bent with spring in there. It should be like a compressed spring at all times, so that you're ready to shoot forward, shoot back, whatever direction you need to be. Now, one of the main things that I see people make mistakes on is crossing their feet when they're moving. You never ever want to cross your feet. So if I'm moving sideways, I'm not going to go like this and cross my feet to go left or right. All right, it's going to be a step and a slide, a step and a slide. Sideways, left, right. Same thing with forward and back. I'm going to slide forward, slide back. And here comes the rain. So here, you want to slide, you want to move. Even if I'm circling my opponent, I'm not going to be going like this. All right, I'm going to be slide and step. Same thing going the other way. All right. Now, some things to maybe try in your sparring is, if you're sparring your opponent, you know, shoot forward and throw a feint and see what their reaction is. If they step off to one side or the other, try it again. If they do it again, you know, don't do it 3 times in a row, but you're going to do it, see how they react. Or if they jump backwards, a little while later, shoot it again, see what their reaction is. 3rd time, if they do it 2-3 times in a row, you're pretty much guaranteed they're probably going to do it again. So then later on, if they constantly move back and you shoot forward and you throw a fake and they jump backwards, you know that next time you throw that fake, you have to then launch a lunging attack forward to cover that distance and catch them on the way back. So try shooting a fake, and if they jump backwards, same thing, you can stomp the ground. You know, if you're sparring, you stomp the ground, get that, especially if you're on a wood floor. Stomp the ground, see what they do. You know, a little while later, stomp the ground, and if they move backwards, you're going to stomp the ground, and as soon as you start your feint, you're going to slide this back foot up, covering that distance to be able to launch forward. So you stomp the ground, shoot that forward, and jump forward and get that lunge in. All right, play with it. You know, you got to try and see what your opponent's going to do. Try to figure them out. In your footwork, to be able to do this and be as mobile as possible, your footwork is critical. Again, 3 top rules. Number 1, keep your feet underneath you. Key number 2, do not stand flat-footed, back heel off the ground, all right? Number 3, and probably the most critical, never ever cross your feet when you're moving. Always step and slide, whether it's forward, whether it's back, either way, you're stepping and sliding. You're never going to cross your feet, because if you cross your feet and I'm your opponent, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna watch how you move. I'm gonna be circling around you. And if I'm going like this, and every time you move, you're going like this and crossing your feet, I'm gonna wait till you go like this, and I'm gonna launch my attack straight at you. Because now I've got your feet crossed, your only option is to move side to side. You can't because your legs are crossed. And if you try to move backwards, you're pretty much gonna stumble. That's gonna buy me some critical seconds that I need to either score a point, land a technique, and the fight could be over. You don't wanna cross your feet. That sums up the 3 keys to proper footwork in sparring. Like I said, the dancing around, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee, bouncing around. If that's footwork you use for your competition and stuff, that's fine. But when you're sparring in class and your goal is in your training is for self-defense, these are the 3 key things that you have to keep in mind. You're not showing off. You're not on the street to sit there and dance around and exchange punches. Your goal is to end the confrontation as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. And these 3 keys to movement are critical in being able to do that. If you found this video helpful and you enjoyed it, please give a thumbs up. And if you find this video can help other people that train, go ahead and share it. Be sure to share it in your social media. If you find these videos helpful, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and be sure to hit that bell so that you get notifications every time a new video comes out. If you have any questions or any comments on particular situations or more questions on footwork, or anything else to do with the martial arts or Tang Soo Do, go ahead and put them in the comments below. I'll get back to each and every one. I read every single comment. I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. And if you could do me a favor, again, please give this video a thumbs up so that more people see it. And please go ahead and comment below. Let me know what you train for and how your footwork differs, whether it's for Taekwondo, whether it's for karate, competition, any other keys that your instructor has passed on to you as far as your footwork. I'd be really interested in knowing. So until next week, God bless, train hard, and never ever quit.